Hey, gorgeous. How are you doing? So I'm Brian, if you haven't seen one of my videos yet. But if you have, hello again. Today we got a weird energy coming in, and it's feeling good. It's feeling good. God, what do you want to say? What are we sharing? What's the message today? I don't know. Maybe I just want to be here with you. Maybe I just want to sit here with you. Is that so bad? Is that so wrong? I don't know where we're going with this. I'm feeling more like myself. It's nice. It's nice. What I love to do more than anything is create powerful experiences with God, Source, all that is, the divine, the angels, your guides, whoever. That's what I love to do. It's just, I love doing it. That's why I love plant medicine and plant medicine ceremonies, because that's just it for me personally. It's just such a natural relationship there, a very healthy relationship, a very reciprocal relationship, where whenever we create powerful intentions, sacred intentions, to work with our highest power, the only power that's acting anywhere, when we choose to work with that power intentionally, we have the power to make quantum shifts within ourselves. And that's why it's so important to understand that we are energy. It's all energy. Okay, technically, inside scoop here, everything is consciousness. Energy is just the loose guidelines of understanding how formlessness is creating form. But it's all just happening in the mind of God. It's not like energy is this standalone thing and then here's God. It's all just mind of God. That's all of this is happening. Now, of course, the mind of God is all-knowing, all-powerful. It could do anything. It's absolutely limitless. And so our dream in the mind of God is very stable. It is. It's very stable. You don't have to freak out about it, you know? It's like, no, remembering that you're the creator of your reality. You're one with the creator, and that we are co-creating together, but also individually. It fucks with our heads, really, because you're like, well, everything exists. Anything could happen. Oh my God, anything could happen? Then that means all these terrible things that could happen. And that's true. They could. They could. All the terrible things you could ever imagine could happen. But remember, the all that is able to see and experience everything right here, right now, all at the same time, is unconditional, pure, perfect love. That's what it is. That's because it's the only thing that exists. So it loves itself unconditionally, you as an extension of itself, a part of itself, a unique perspective and fractal of itself, is loved unconditionally. So you can create a nightmare, and when we don't know who we are and we get lost in fear and doubt and insecurities, we do create nightmares. We do it all the fucking time. Look at the world. Look at how many people have no idea who they are, and they are creating horrible fucking nightmares for themselves. Their lives are stressful, filled with anxiety, abusive relationships, addictions, all these just painful things. And it's difficult to look at. And it's difficult to look at yourself and what you have created before when you didn't know who you were, when you were unconscious to the true nature of reality and who you really are. And so the beauty of waking up, though, awakening, and going through your darkness, going through your traumas, going into your pains, all your limiting beliefs, all your insecurities, all your fears, the reason that we do that is because as we become more aware of these things, we start to see through those illusions. And the key is seeing through the illusion. When you are willing to look at the thing that you were so afraid to look at, and you do it with God, you bring God into the equation. I have the courage, because I know that I'm supported by God, Source, the All, to look at absolutely anything. There's nothing off limits. Nothing. Even if the thing you want to look at is your anger at God, or your self-hatred, or the thing you're most ashamed of, none of it is off limits. All of it can be looked at, and all of those things you're afraid of or ashamed of, you're just not seeing clearly, because you're not seeing it through unconditional love. You're seeing it through judgment. You're seeing it through condemnation. You're seeing it through certain standards and expectations and conditional forms of love that really, really don't serve us. They're detrimental to our very health and well-being, and thus our reality. When you're dreaming the dream well, when you're a good dreamer, your body feels good, your mind is healthy and clear, you trust life, you trust the all, you trust that everything's working out for you, you trust that everything's going in your best interest, you trust, you have just phenomenal faith. When you know everything, it really is working out for your highest good, you're doing great in the dream. You really are. If things are not going that way, which is a lot of people, which is me for a long time, I'm just now getting better at it. It took a few years of really dedicated work to start getting good at it, to remember how to really transform what my subconscious has ingrained in it, right? Because you have to look at the shadow. You've got to be willing to create these experiences, these expansive experiences. And it doesn't have to be with plant medicine. It can be with deep meditation. It could be with intention. It could be with therapy. It could be with however you naturally work through it is up to you and what resonates with you. But for me, it's been a lot of deep journeys and ceremonies and really learning how to calm down the conscious mind, calm down the ego, so that I could take down those mental barriers that have been just like built up around my heart and around all these other energy centers that had distortions and fears and insecurities and doubts and all these things. But the more that we're willing to sit with the medicine, and the medicine is just yourself and God, the more you're willing to sit with love, love will expand you. And as you expand, you will expand into much more beautiful states of being and see incredible things about yourself and gain new perspectives. But on the other end of the spectrum, when you're expanding so much so quickly, you have to be willing to look at the other side of what's in you, of what is false that is still living in you. And there could be a lot of difficult emotions, a lot of painful memories. And that's when we have to, that's where we really build our new foundation with unconditional love, with God, with deep trust and courage. Inner transformation, it's not easy. It's so fucking worth it, but it is not easy. It takes time. It takes really, really what it takes more than anything is commitment. Commitment. And commitment doesn't mean you go 100% all the time. It means you do what you can and you're patient with yourself, but you do not give up. With God, all things are possible. This is not a joke. It's not a sick joke. God always has your back. God always keeps its promises. And what I mean by that is, if God shows you a beautiful vision for what your life could be, a beautiful potential reality, it's yours. It's yours, or better. That's for you, no questions asked, or better. But are you willing to go through your darkness? Are you willing to look at your shadow? Are you willing to learn how to love the parts of yourself that you have despised for most of your life? This body in particular, I used to loathe this body. I could not, in my mind, comprehend how someone could find me attractive, how I could find myself attractive. I could not perceive it at a certain point, especially when I was almost 400 pounds 5 years ago and in terrible pain and could barely move and all this shit. I loathed my body, and my issues with my body had been there since I was a kid. I mean, I just grew up learning that. I didn't know how to love the way that I looked. I didn't know how to love my body. I didn't know how to talk to myself well. I didn't know how to take care of myself well. And it was because of the way that I viewed myself that I didn't take care of myself well. And it just got worse as life went on, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I had settled in every area of my life and all these things. And then awakening, heart opening, and remembering. Because this really is about remembering. Because the truth is about me, and this is something that has helped me so much, is recognizing that I chose to live this life. Meaning I chose this incarnation. I chose this body. And I didn't choose it because I was like, oh, this guy might be interesting. I don't know. But I really don't like the way he looks, and I don't think he can do much with his life or anything like that. No. I chose Brian. I wanted to experience Brian because of how amazing I think he is, of how beautiful I think he is, inside and out, because of how amazing this heart is, because of how amazing this mind is, because of how amazingly he is able to see reality, to see God, to choose God and choose love and this deep commitment and courage and all these things. But I couldn't see myself clearly until I started to look at my shadow, until I started to look at the things I didn't want to look at, and to do so with courage and to do so with God. When you trust in that way, when you trust that much, you can transform anything. Because again, we're consciousness. We're dreaming the dream. Energy is a way of understanding the ebbs and flows of what's happening. The energy is really sort of like a universal blueprint for this particular universe that we're experiencing. There's an infinite number of universes, but in this one in particular, energy, the formless coming into form, works a certain way. But that doesn't mean that there's a lot of wiggle room, because God can do anything, because it's just a dream in God's head. That's why miracles can happen spontaneously. You don't have to necessarily embody the perfect energy. You don't need to worry about any of that. You're allowed to feel everything. You're allowed to have a human experience. You're allowed to go into the deep, dark shit and not think that life is just going to be horrible or that you're going to manifest terrible things because you went into the low feelings. You don't have to be afraid of that. The only way to expand is to feel both higher and lower and deeper. You cannot just go higher. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. If you want to expand your capacity to feel, which is what you must do if you want to expand into a reality that feels good when you haven't been feeling good, then you have to be willing to feel all of it. But here's the thing. The more that we look at our distortions and our illusions, the more we start to embody more loving wisdom because we learn different perspectives to have and we commit to them because they're loving, and we can trust our hearts when our hearts tell us that this is a good perspective and it feels good to believe in it. That can be your truth. Nothing's stopping you because you're the creator of your reality. Make it your truth. And when we do that, we start to slowly move into more and more and more and more love. And that means our energy field is transforming. Instead of it being, 50% negative, limiting beliefs, fears, doubts, insecurities, and 50% love and good stuff. Instead, as we clear away the illusions through shadow work, through somatic healing, through courage and being willing to feel uncomfortable things, our energy field transforms. And instead of all this negative, heavy, detrimental, illusion-based energy, which is really just a distorted perspective and feeling of the energy, instead, that literally dies. And what is rebirthed is more of your true self. And you embody more of your soul. You embody more of your higher self. And your energy field then becomes more and more and more and more positively aligned and oriented. And this is why the raw material and the law of one is so powerful, because it teaches you about clearing the distortions of the lower three chakras, expanding and activating the heart further and further, and polarizing your energy field toward the positive. Because in this case, the positive is just pure unconditional love. If you never learned something that wasn't unconditional love, you would just be a very pleasant, happy, powerful creator in your reality. But because we're all wounded and traumatized here, because our world lives in illusion, because Earth, because humanity, it has gone through a difficult part of their very necessary evolutionary process, we still believe in fear, or believe that fear sometimes serves us, or that there's nothing we can do about our fear, or that we're just limited and nothing can change, or that our bodies can't get better, or that our minds can't get better, whatever, our lives can't get better. I just can't make money. I just can't find love. I just blah, blah, blah. All limitations, all bullshit. None of it's true. It's just not. It's just not. It is only true as long as we continue to perpetuate it by believing in it, by making it our reality, by letting it be our reality, instead of doing the work that matters to change it, to let go of illusion, to let illusion die, and let truth be born in its place. This is why death and rebirth is everything. Letting it all burn down, all the illusions, burn down to the fucking ground, and then the phoenix rises. That's literally what it is. It just is. It's an alchemical transformation when you embrace oneness and unconditional love and commit to embodying your higher self, your true self, who you actually came here to be. Because you did not come here to just be a wounded victim for your whole life. You didn't. You didn't. And you can do this. Anyone who is committed can do it. Commit. Don't give up. Be easy on yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be forgiving with yourself. These are really important things. Do not be hard on yourself in this process. The easier you are on yourself, the easier it will be, because God is never withholding love from you, ever. We are the only ones who stop ourselves from receiving it. We are the ones who stop ourselves from receiving healthy relationships. We are the ones who stop ourselves from receiving abundance. We are the ones who stop ourselves from feeling forgiven and free and liberated within our whole being. We're the ones who have to heal what we came here to heal, because we signed up for this human life. We knew what humanity was going through. We knew there was trauma based in illusion that we were going to have to heal within ourselves. We knew that we were going to have to remember how to heal our bodies. We were going to have to remember how to do all these things. But that's why you're capable of it, because you chose it, because you knew you could do it. And that's powerful. It's powerful to remember this. All of this is powerful to remember. Your dream life is still unfolding. And if you are willing to do the work, it will be your reality. It just will be. It's only a matter of time. It's not if, it's when. It is not if, it is when. And you're deserving of it. You're worthy of it. God sees you as a divine child of itself, a king, a queen, the divine mother and the divine father and the divine child, all embodied in you. That's how God sees you. That's how God sees you. And we are the only ones who have to align with that to make it our reality. If you want to live a beautiful life that flows, that feels effortless, that is filled with abundance and the greatest relationships and all these things, that is possible. It is possible to create heaven on earth. And it all begins within you. The kingdom of heaven is within. When you choose to align with unconditional love for yourself and all others, when you choose to believe in miracles and that the greatest dreams your heart has ever known or could know are real and they can happen, and you choose to walk around seeing everything as God, everything is the all, everything is source, this body, others, the stuff behind me, the stuff in front of me, everything above and below, it's all God, it's all source, it's all love. And anything that says otherwise is a lie. And I don't have to believe that. I don't have to believe the lie anymore. And neither do you. This world is not filled with intentional deception. It is lost in forgetfulness. But we are remembering. And each one of us who takes up our cross, meaning takes up our ego, our trauma, our illusion, and we make it our own, meaning it's our responsibility to heal it. That gives us all the opportunity we would ever need to do just that, and to transform, and to create something beautiful within ourselves, where you just feel good existing. The external doesn't change that anymore. You just feel good about yourself. You feel good about life. You know everything's going to work out great. You know everything's going to get much better. You know things are going perfectly. That there's a divine plan unfolding and you're a part of it. And your highest good is included in it. And all you have to do is choose it and stay committed as you go slowly through your own darkness. You heal the war within, And it is a war that can be healed through deep devotional surrender to God, to Source, to who you really are. That you would trust that much. That you would stop trying to control life. You don't have to control anything. You don't have to figure anything out. You don't have to solve the world's problems. You don't even have to solve your problems. You just have to trust and surrender and stop trying so hard and stop being so hard on yourself. And then just watch as things start to shift if you start to take that mindset. It's up to you. And I love you. Oh, and if you're interested in one-to-one mentorship, if you're interested in plant medicine ceremonies, there's a link in the description. You can book a free discovery call with me. And yeah, have a good one, guys.